Okay, let's look at the last few little tabs we have up here. This one is called transitions, and here's what a transition is. Whenever you have two clips that come together, so here's clip one, here's clip two, this is called a cut. So when it goes from the first clip to the second clip, it's simply a cut. Now, if you don't want it to just be a straight cut from one clip to the next, you can add what's called a transition. And so a transition will usually have some sort of visual element. So we're going to look at some here. Like under transitions, I've got 3 different folders on the left. So if I click on one of these, you'll see how it goes from the first clip to the second clip. And so it's a way to, as I said, transition from one clip to another. You can go in here to patterns. You have a lot of different patterns that you can do. So here's one like with circles. So for instance, to add a transition, all you have to do is drop it in between those 2 clips. So I dropped it in between clip 1 and clip 2. So it's going to do this little circle thing, circle transition, to disappear this one and make the second one appear. So when I click play, you'll see the circles. Okay, so you saw how the circles went from one to the other. Now, if you want a different one, if you decide, well, I don't want that one, you can come grab another one, just drop it back in that same area, and it'll just replace the one you had. So in this particular one, I've got a rainbow effect coming in. Okay, saw how that worked. Now, if you want your transition to be larger, or last longer, I should say, click on it, and all you have to do is put your double arrows on the edge of it, the right edge, and just drag it. And so, for instance, here's a really cool one. It's some airplanes and paper airplanes. So watch what happens on this one. So those paper airplanes fly through and they reveal the next clip. If you don't like your transition, you sometimes have to zoom in a little more, but you can just click your delete trash can and it'll go away. So those are transitions, and you can put those, like I said, in between any clips that you have. Text is pretty simple. You've got 3 different sections here. So let's say you want some title text. Just drag it to a line, and then you can come in here and edit it. Okay. And then the last thing I want to show you, which is really, really cool, is called themes. If you come up here to themes, themes are like one-click wonders. So let's say you added some pictures or you added some video, and you just want to click one button and make them look better. So what WeVideo has done here is they made different themes, and whenever you add a theme, it's going to add a title slide, background music. It's going to go ahead and add transitions for you. If you're having cuts, it'll put transitions in there. And usually it will put some sort of special effect over it. So let's look at Icy Blast. If I click on Icy Blast, I will see like this little cool title slide. Notice it has a blue kind of effect over it. There's some music that's playing, and then there'll be transitions. Noir is going to be like a detective, like a 1950s kind of detective movie. And so that one's kind of cool, makes things black and white. Punk rock's kind of cool. Punk rock's going to make it real grungy down here at the bottom. It's going to add some punk rock kind of music that's going on there. Fashionista, a lot of people like that one. It's kind of like a model runway show kind of thing. So upbeat music. You can see we have a whole bunch of them. Undercover is really cool, I think, for this particular video we're working with here. So I can click on use this theme, and notice when I go back to play this one, what it does undercover, it adds this little green effect that makes it look like, we're kind of looking through a security cam, like it's Big Brother, CIA that's watching you. It's added its own music. It's going to have its own transitions. Now, if you don't like a particular theme, you can just go back to themes and say no theme. So use this theme and add that there. Something else I want to show you. Let's say that you've already added your own transitions. You've already added your own music. If you go to themes, and let's just use undercover, for example, you have the option over here to uncheck these boxes. And so if you uncheck update themes music, then it will just use your music. If you uncheck themes transitions, it will just use your own transitions. Okay. So if you want to use your own, just uncheck those boxes, and that's all you need to do. The last thing just in particular is whenever you're editing, again, all of this down here is your video, but technically it's really not a video yet. It's just your edits of the video. So when you're ready to finally make an actual video and you want to wrap all of this up into one little video file, you come up here and you click Finish Video and give it a name. And it's always good to put, your name, especially if you're sending it to a teacher, put your last name in there and maybe the period or, the teacher and the period, and click, set to give it a title. And then yours may be a little bit different than mine, but you're definitely going to have the 480p option and the 720p option. And basically 720 is going to be larger than 480. So it's going to be a bigger video, and it's also going to be a larger file size. So if you're just playing around for fun, I'd choose 480. If you're going to be turning something in, probably make it 720. Okay. And so whenever you're ready, you click Finish Video. And oftentimes it'll come up and tell you how long it's going to take. And it usually overestimates that. So sometimes you click Finish Video and it may say it's going to take 15 minutes, but then it finishes in like 4 minutes. So don't get too stressed out about that. So that's all there is on playing around with WeVideo. So I want you to, as I mentioned before, I want you to get in, and hopefully you were doing some of this as we went along. But I'm going to have one last video to show you a few things that I want you to do.